No. I'm actually not even gonna say Bug. I'm gonna say your government name.
We interrupt our usual programming to introduce you to Nerdgasm.
But you know what? I feel like we're all okay as long as the white people don't pay. If the white people don't pay e-tolls, we're fine.
And then You Are My Friend started playing in the background.
You are my friend.
Whoa, we're making love to the bread and farting on it? Guys, no!
For a group of people that don't like One Piece, we have a very One Piece-esque story.
Oh my god. Wait, does that mean I'm lucky?
Yeah, you definitely.
It's the first one he meets.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Nerdgasm podcast. And we're taking a small break from Lelouch, ne? Just a small breather. like mid-season, you know? Yeah.
I feel like hiatus.
A mid-season hiatus to talk about something that it came out a while back, and it went crazy on the social medias. I did not care. And then I got blackmailed into watching it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard me. So
They blackmailed the black male. Ooh,
Exactly.
out in the streets.
Wait.
you take off those glasses right now.
Dude, wait.
What?
Like, what? Are you a cartoon character? Where did those glasses come from? Are you a Power Ranger? You just take weapons from your bag.
They just wrote
Blast away! Like, where was this
they
weapon
just-
all along when you were fighting this monster?
They just glide in like that, like those memes. La, da, 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 da. Anyway, introducing our wonderful co-host from the Shadow Realm. We've got Mr. Zuko Mlambo, also known as the Fire Lord, also known as he currently had to create a super mega Agnikai that wiped out all the electricity in the area, so we have no video feed. So, yay!
I'm
why did
assuming
you
you
just-
said something
why-
nice
why did you
because you
just-
cut off there, so I'll just say, save me
Why don't you
something
just
nice.
be honest
Thank you for
and
the
say-
something nice you said.
And say this is the solar eclipse, it's Sozin's comet, he can't fight,
Yeah,
and then he's in hiding. Just tell the truth. Just tell the people the truth. Right?
Yeah,
you know what?
He's busy confronting Ozai, and he's like, you could kill Ozai like immediately. Like if you just took your two swords and ran at Ozai, you just body him.
but at the same time, it's like you're asking you deliberately stab your father.
Munna, he agnified me and sent me on a wild goose chase and expected me to not
That
come
man
back.
burnt me.
And then
That man
after
made me
that,
KFC without the
sent my
flavoring.
sister and
Okay,
then sent my sister to assassinate me. But
Before
anyway.
going to a Korra rant, because we really should go into a Korra rant, let's continue our introductions. I mean,
Okay.
in Avatar rant.
Okay.
Avatar, but Korra we need to talk about Korra for a little bit.
Hey. Okay, but anyway.
And then introducing from the Color King. What's your typical introduction again? From the what?
From the mountains of YouTube, through the streets of TikTok, and the paths of Red Note, I have come, the social media sage, BuckMeister Sensei.
Ooh. From Meister Geek Media and BuckMeister React. Wow, the last reviews of Recast T'Challa, the final the place where we shall make our final stand against the dying of Disney, because what are they doing?
I'm literally that scene in Game of Thrones where Jon Snow takes his sword and there's just a bunch of horsemen running at him.
Yes.
And I'm waving the Recast T'Challa hashtag.
Anyway, then we have Mr. Extrodin from Africa is Next and Africa in Frame, and
It's morphin time.
Yeah, he's basically the Power Rangers of this entire season. 5 people in one. He's Captain Planet.
By your powers combined.
I am Extrodin.
It's like, no, one of the kids has an editing ring.
Yeah,
The other kid has a posting ring. The other kid has a YouTube ring. The other one has
so
a
it's not
TikTok ring.
fire. It's more like idea.
And then what's up?
Execution.
Editing.
The guys recording,
Concept.
editing. By your powers combined.
I'm Extrodin. Wow, okay, no.
He gets defeated by a low sub count. Asa.
I am Mr. Extrodin.
I will defeat you with negative commentary.
No. Side note. Did Dragon Ball Z come before Power Rangers?
Yes, technically yes.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the original Japanese version,
Yeah.
Sentai started in the 70s.
Way before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I'm just like, its Morphin Time is basically Kamehameha. I'm like, you guys owe Goku royalties.
But that specific season came out in 92, I think, or 93, before the Americans stole it. Yeah.
Yes. And then,
all right. Anyway.
We can go into such detail because someone still needs to explain to me why Rita could throw a wand from the moon.
Kai!
Make my monster grow!
And it looks perfectly like this.
Okay. I must gather my sage energy.
Yo,
Frogs
I almost said
on my
something
shoulder.
on that make my monster grow thing, but I'm trying to be a decent human being.
Trust me.
Okay, so
Trust me. Hypothetically, I got you, bro. I understood what you said.
We all had it.
Yeah, we got it.
BuckMeister is still using so many seals. At this rate, I'm gonna summon the Great Water Dragon. Relax. I don't know. It's gonna see just a gigantic dragon of water flowing behind you. Like no. Back to season 1. Tori.
Like it's so powerful you can't even reverse it.
All right,
then
let's
technical difficulties while everybody gets drowned.
Let's get it started in Ha.
All right.
Okay.
We are going to talk today. I'm going to talk about, like I said, we are. I lost my word. I lost my train of thought.
It's because of the teleporter,
Secret level.
guys.
Secret
Moses.
level. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Don't say names. They'll sue us.
I know. Moses, he won't sue us.
No, Manuel. His name is Manuel, even though I keep... I should tell you about this joke, but we'll do it offline because my cousin knows who Manuel is.
Oh, God. Okay. Continuing. So, secret level, right?
Before we get to secret level, let us talk about the news. Okay, it simmered down a little, but I still need to get it off my system. What the hell is going on with Korra?
Wait.
There you go. I'm not even wasting time. What is this about Korra destroying the universe? I, for the life of me, don't understand why the writers of this show hate Korra more than the haters do. I have my own personal bias. I grew up watching Aang. That's why I acknowledge that it is my bias. And I always thought Korra fans would be the ones that grew up watching her instead of Aang. And those does not have that bias, but then they would always have some sort of middle ground where one strengths and one weaknesses are always being compared and stuff like that. But now when I see this, the more I look at it, the more I realize these writers really didn't like Korra.
They're going to have to fight for... Because the other thing is, right, I was just thinking about it the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, one of the problems with the show is that Korra continuously handicaps herself and the story doesn't explain why. Perfect example, when she got kidnapped by Zahir and she was in the chains, and she's like bending with her feet. I was like, if that's me, I'm spamming Avatar State. I have mastery. I can go in and out. I would be blasting them off that mountain. No, not doing this thing of, like Korra was trying to say, well, somebody was trying to justify she didn't need it for the Red Lotus. I was like, you don't take chances with killers. Even if it's overkill, I don't care if it's OP. Do it. Because the thing is, they didn't explain why she couldn't do it then. The poison one, I understand because it's poison, it's handicapping her sharp. But when they had her in the chains and she's bending with her feet, oh, the way I would spam Avatar stage. And also the other thing that made it dumb was that she was also debating Zahir. I was like, somebody was trying to say, well, they needed to have a philosophical moment in the show. Not with the guy who tried to kill you, is trying to kidnap you since you were a child, and also was an associate of your uncle who just betrayed you and destroyed the cycle. I'm not talking to that guy. I don't care if he has a point. And also the other thing is they made Zahir so OP that he was able to split his brain and talk to Korra. Wait, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And talk to Korra and her people at the same time. I was like, how did he do that? Anyway, back to the point of Korra. Like, the problem with the show is they whoop her so much that even when she's supposed to be credible, you feel like, guys, what are you trying to achieve here? Now if they do this, oh my god.
Okay, for those who most probably been living under a rock, or I don't know how. I
kind of wish I was a therapist right now because Korra fans would be making me so much money right now.
No, but I understand. I'm talking to the audience right now, guys. For those who've been living under a rock because they know 2025 is rough, I'd also live under a rock if I had the money and the opportunity to. They just announced that there's a new avatar coming out who's going to be handicapped, who's going to have only one leg or something like that. But
no, there's two. I mean, they're saying that there's going to be twins.
Twins, like by the way.
The whole prevailing rumor is they're going to take season 2 stuff, and essentially, like, one of the thing is, I don't know if this is true, but one of the rumors around it was basically there was going to be a twin avatar thing going on.
Yeah,
and one of the avatars was going to inhabit the dark spirit, Vatu, and the other avatar was going to have the light spirit of Rava. So they're going to bring that back. And then the one who has Rava is going to be handicapped and dirt poor and broke, and the one that has Vatu is going to be living it up and making money. That's one of the things I heard about the show.
Then, of course, it's going to be 7 havens, basically because after some great cataclysm, there are going to be basically 7 havens left for humanity to survive, while both humans and spirits are going to be chasing down these avatars because they believe that the avatar is the destroyer of the world, because Korra apparently, somehow it has to do with Korra trying.
I think it's connected to the portals, because if it's the spirit and the humans, it's connected to leaving the portals open.
Because I don't have any evidence. It's just said that they're going to be branded. The avatar is going to be branded destroyer of the world. It doesn't specifically say that Korra was going to be responsible for that. From what I've read, comment below if they've given you more credible information. What I've read so far is that the avatar is going to be branded. As
again, I'm speculating. So
God, I hope it's not what I think it is, because
you better explain it. That's all.
Because I really hope. I've never felt more sorry for a protagonist in my entire life. And this comes from a devout Korra hater. But at this point, it's like, enough is enough. Poor girl has suffered enough. Give her something.
You better
give her something,
That's all
please.
I'm saying. Like, let her go down fighting, and the monster does it or something. Like, you better, because.
Like,
holy crap!
Like, I never thought I'd reach a state would actually feel genuinely sorry for a character, for Korra in my entire life.
I'm like, Roku messed up with the 100-Year War, man. What, the entire world? Like Fire Nation gone, Republic City gone. The temples, the Airbender temples gone.
In literally 2 generations. Somebody was explaining quite well. I'm sorry, I'm hogging all the talk time, but I'm just trying to vent. Somebody said it was like, and literally gave Korra a utopia, and she destroyed it. Like, the biggest level of segregation in the world, the benders are so united that the biggest issue they had was benders versus non-benders. That's how united the world was when Aang passed the baton on to Korra. And then for that to end up from this to that,
to 7 havens,
I really want to see the writing genius that they're gonna do to.
You gotta do some fancy footwork, because I'm saying I've always because the other thing is, misogyny has ruined the ability to criticize Korra as a show. That's just a thing. Like, anytime you want to criticize it, dudes have been so toxic to Korra because she's a female character that when you want to call criticisms on the show, it's hard. But if they do this, oh my God. Please leave her alone. That's all I'm saying. Just leave her alone.
I'm praying it's just a marketing tactic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Actually,
okay, I've been speaking for too long. What do you guys have to say, Mr. Extrodin, Zuko? Any thoughts about this?
Yeah, I spoke long also.
You guys have covered everything.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
No, but you guys did. I just wanted to say you opened a can of worms with BuckMeister, because once you start talking about Korra, then forget it.
Like, bro, you could see like this thing was on his chest, like
on my chest. On my chest, dog. We have a 4-hour podcast cut into 2 parts where I'm getting stuff off my chest
about Korra. We're just for 4 hours. All of us are just like,
Nah, like you like if Buck could go to the writers' offices and face no consequences, I'm telling you, a baseball bat would be involved.
They'd have to see me.
Sort of like.
What do you mean? What you mean? Toph is a police officer for what? She
Sort
had
of like
school and everything. Now she's a police officer. Why?
That last episode of She-Hulk. You remember
horrible
last episode of She-Hulk?
Yeah, I kick through I jump in and start boxing with Zaire, and then I kick through the TV. Yes. And I'm like, hey, Burke, dog, what is this?
Yo, anyway, I needed to vent that. Yeah. Also, the new Shrek trailer dropped. I am not watching it.
Oh my God, that thing is awful.
All the Shrek fans are like, what the hell?
That thing looks awful, bro. Everybody looks horrible.
Like the budget, they ran out of money for the animation studio. Like DreamWorks is broke. I don't know what happened.
There's gonna be a donkey spin-off. So,
guys,
I think they made Donkey too. Like the Shrek models and the Fiona models was not. It didn't like bother me that much because I'm guessing they're trying to make Shrek. I don't know how ogres age or whatever the case is, but maybe that's what they're going for. And then, of course, there's so much Shrek memes, and I mean, Shrek has always been a pop culture reference type property anyway. So that I don't think bothers me a lot. But when I was looking at Donkey, I was like, why are you so like? Is this supposed to be an indicator that he's getting old?
He's sick,
because he's so hairy. Yeah. I'm like, this is too much texture. That's what threw me off.
That nigga looks sick, bro.
I was like, bro, Donkey, like.
And I feel like
did you not have waffles in the morning?
It's too late to do
what's happening?
It's too late to do a spin-off. Like, what are we gonna talk about? Look, the dude already has kids, is married. Like,
don't ask me how the dragon.
They can bring another dragon in that's trying to seduce his dragon wife or something. I don't know.
How? I still want to know how they made babies. I'm sorry, it's one of those things like.
So, bruh, don't ask questions because you don't want to know answers to those questions. I
promise. That's what they always say. Like, when do you know a child is ready for the answer for certain to address certain issues? Is when they start asking questions.
No, I mean, like, how big is the house?
That's but also, like,
are they staying in the same?
Does that dragon know that she was just a distraction? Like,
oh God.
Like, does she know that Donkey was just distracting her so that Shrek can go and save Fiona?
Yes, and then after that.
Well, I mean, that's how dope his wrist game was, apparently.
and she chased him down. I mean, she could have gone after anyone in the first movie. You know, like there she's dragging, crying by the river. Like, go
hey, man,
that woman. No,
Donkey.
I found me a man.
No, she wanted those waffles in the morning.
Yes, I'm making waffles. Anyway, okay. All this highlights to me is that Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar, and all these studios are in desperate need of new blood. And the irony is, new blood is quite available, and it's reflected right here in this topic we're going to talk about in this thing called Secret Level. Because, goddamn, some of these stories need more episodes.
Mm.
And I'm thinking,
like somebody was saying that they were gonna make a live action Sifu thing, and I'm like, why?
no, okay, no, Sufi can rest. I'm sorry, that one's. We'll get to that one.
Who's Sifu again?
No, we'll talk about it now. We'll talk about it now.
Anyway, that being said, okay, once again, this train teleprompter. Aha, okay. Secret Level is like, for those who watched us now it's basically 2 years ago, we once did a review called of Kisazimoto where they had different episodes. It's very familiar to that. Or the other one is like, it's like Kisazimoto meets Love, Death and Robots. But but you can see this is basically Western centric, talking about Western law, Western law and all that other stuff. But still, it's like it's an anthology. That's what I was looking for. It's an anthology.
Oh,
okay. He's getting a raise.
And the CGI is really good, by the way.
Yeah, the CGI and the animation.
Yeah, well, the first ones that we saw. Although, like with the first one, with the what was it, World of Warcraft or
no, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell sometimes. But anyway,
the views expressed by BuckMeister do not necessarily reflect that. If you want the World of Warcraft and Dungeons and Dragons, you want people to come and kill you.
Guys, come on! It's people. It's animorphs and human animal people in like armor and shields, and it's people doing magic. It's hard sometimes. But anyway,
that being said, we wanted to jump into episode 1?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
episode
let's go.
1.
Okay, so episode 1. What I also enjoyed is that intro music with that wonderful clear cut lighting and those geometric shapes. For me, it's like, wow. It really, it's refreshing watching something that's not made from that clown.
And it looks like a mother box.
Yeah. So I like, for me, it's showing that there are lots of independent studios that are willing to go the extra mile. If you give them the space to do that work, and you give them the time to do that work.
I think one thing I'll say though about Secret Level with these 2 episodes specifically, I think they kind of unevenly like the duration is a bit uneven, if you get what I'm saying.
True. Yeah. And I think the other downside we should also highlight is that these 2 episodes assume, especially the first one, they assume you already know the lore.
Oh yeah, no.
Because if you don't know about Dungeons and Dragons, you're going to be lost from beginning, middle, and end. Where they died. Oh, something happened. Yeah, somebody.
Azula, come on, relax.
It's time, Zuzu. That makes sense. Anyway. I just was. Where in Love, Death and Robots, they did give a period of time where they explained to you a little bit about what's going on in that world.
No, the episodes were longer. Kizazi, I think even with Kizazi, but I'm saying it's not even just the what's this? Oh, there he is. Oh, okay. Woo! So you finish defeating Azula again.
Pretty boy has joined us.
No, I decided like, hey. I literally can't hear you guys because literally every minute or so you cut off for like 30 seconds and stuff. So
anyway, we're on the first episode. So I'm saying one thing also is that with the Kizazimoto, I think most, if not all, of the shorts managed to say we're gonna focus on 2 to 3 characters, maybe.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying. So. But in this 15-minute span, they were doing Lord of the Rings type storytelling where I'm just like, 15 minutes is not enough for all this stuff that you're stuffing into here. Because I didn't even know about the, what this, like when we get to the end, I was kind of like, what?
If it takes me who grew up watching Dungeons and Dragons and yeah, I'm sure. I don't know, Mr. Extrodin. You got the Dungeons and Dragons reference at the end of that episode, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about? Is that what you're referring to?
About what?
The team dynamics.
No, I'll explain we'll get to the end part by then. But let's get on into the episodes proper. It starts in the middle. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't explain much. And for those who don't know, once again, okay, this time I'm not gonna say you're living under a rock because there are lots of people, especially in South Africa, especially the South African melanated community, that really don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons, which is a damn shame because it's a lot of fun.
Unless if you were born in the 80s and you watched the cartoon.
Unless you're born in the 80s and watched the cartoon.
Or you watched the live action with Marlon Wayans or the one with Chris Pine, which came out recently.
Okay, I saw some of the Marlon Wayans one, and oh my god,
the cringe! It was terrible. I mean, it was good for the time.
Oh please, when you edit this, please get a JoJo reference to what BuckMeister just did.
I know.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
It aged like.
I dog. There's just times where Marlon Wayans is just screaming, and I'm like, bruh. Stop it!
That movie is so dated. It's even the CGI. There's no excusing it. It's not even evil cult worthy of watch to enjoy and laugh. It's right there. It's right there.
Like Marlon Wayans' whole performance, they just said you must be. He was the sensei for Tyrese. You see Tyrese's acting career. Especially in Fast and the Furious, he went to Sensei Marlon Wayans and he was like, how much must I scream in a movie? And Marlon Wayans said yes.
But I think also it's a reflection of the time when, if it wasn't a serious book or whatever they termed serious,
it wasn't
a serious book, they just did whatever they wanted to. Because now, if they took that story now, they treat it a bit more better not because of maybe in their world it's art, but because they know it will make money.
Yeah, but so they did that last year or 2 years ago with Chris Pine.
No, it was 3 years ago.
It's on Netflix now, so apparently it's gaining it's becoming like a cult classic, which is
it was a good movie. I
heard it was a good movie. Maybe I'll check it out.
I enjoyed it.
But I know for a fact that Marlon Wayans one. I'm just saying there was times where they were just and also he doesn't get a cool moment in the movie or whatever. Basically, he just gets sacrificed to the supervillain who has on so much makeup. I was like, oh right, this is the most evil drag queen I've ever seen in my entire
another
life.
Reflection. Remember, it's just this is also another reflection of the time, which is of how comic book nerd based culture was taken. It wasn't really taken seriously. They were just the nerds. The only thing that's ever been nerd and was taken seriously was Star Wars. And then Star Trek, but everything else was just it doesn't make sense because you literally
Batman in 1989, even though
and Batman. Yeah. But my point is this: you literally have a president and oh wait, these geeks are spending money. Star Wars is still making money before they even made the prequels and the non-sequels. Star Wars was making money from the 70s. When Star Wars was first made, till at that time before they made the
Superman,
it was still making money. And you, as an executive, as someone who went to Harvard and got his business degree, didn't say bro, I don't understand this nerd stories, but these nerd stories make money. Why aren't we investing? So it was just that thing where, it's not a novel by Dickinson, so we won't take it seriously.
Okay, but other thing, let me explain for those who don't know. Dungeons and Dragons is basically it's like a game, right? So it's
okay. In this story, just a question. In this game, do they have Alfred wiling like how he was wiling in that freaking movie? Oh my gosh. Who was Alfred in Batman versus Superman again? I'm forgetting. Jeremy Irons.
Mr.
There
Be
we go.
Prepared.
Yes.
Yeah. Jeremy Irons, dog. Jeremy Irons in that movie, every frame. Yes, Donna.
Yeah, the overacting there was the only form of acting in that movie was overacting. But let me just get back to the game. The game is basically like how do I put this in the
Is it a board game?
No, it's professional make believe.
Okay.
I think what I understand is like basically like there's a game master and he like sets up a scenario.
Before they became known as game masters, I still go by the old term. They were called dungeon masters because it's called Dungeons and Dragons. So the DM, which was a term before it became a DM. Now I don't know what happened here. I'm still censored by saying
it goes down in the DMs. Sorry.
Yeah. So the DM or the GM now he's the guy in charge of creating this scenario or creating this world or explaining to you the background of the character, what happens in this scenario, whatever happens like that, or who you're facing and stuff like that. He creates this universe that you are a part of, and then you have your own different characters. So you can range from being a barbarian, being a monk, being a cleric.
Is it kind of like, I don't know if you guys know it, but there was that other cartoon Prime put out, like The Legend of Vox Machina.
Close.
So like basically,
I've been meaning to watch that one.
It's actually not bad. It's actually pretty good. I mean, don't expect what's this? Yeah, what's this? Don't expect too much in the terms of like villains, but like the characters are actually pretty cool. And plenty of representation for people who like that sort of thing. But anyway.
And at the same time, so basically you go into this world, you've created your own character. So you could be a ranger, you can be anything. You could be a 6'2", a 7-foot tall orc princess.
Right.
With green skin and size 25 double D-cuff boobs. You could be
a goblin.
It could be a goblin. You could be
Cyclops.
You could be anything, and that's the thing, is that test your scenario about how to overcome these different situations or quests that you go through, and you're facing different worlds, and from there you also level up because usually they start up at level 4.
Well, in South Africa, we played something similar. We didn't call it Dungeons and Dragons. We just made believe cops, and we just said douche, douche. And then someone kills you. You're like, no, but I'm not dead. I'm actually
and because of that,
you see, I dodged the bullet. I went underneath the bullet.
Now, because of that mechanics, that's why they created this thing where the involved dices are involved. And there are rules involved, and there is a dungeon master, because now you suggest, okay, to defeat this 50-foot tall giant with a gigantic mace, you're going to tell me you're going to run up and shoot it in the balls. So you need to roll to make sure that, like, you, Mr. 4-foot tall man, are going to manage to shoot something in its testicles from that high up. You need to be able to make sure you've got enough athletics. You're going to be able to...
Wait, so when you're making your character, do you pick the stats?
Oh, the stats are it depends on what character martial race you're creating. The stats then they are determined from what dice you roll. Funny enough, because you could have.
Oh, okay. So I can't just decide that my bra's got Super Saiyan.
Yeah, so I'm maxed stats in intelligence. Some people have got good knowledge about the arcane worlds of magic, and they have absolutely no knowledge about other things. Like, and it's also, there's some things that that are innate. Like, you can't say no, you're going to be a 4-foot tall winged fairy, and then you expect you to be strong enough to lift an entire boulder. Your strength is going to be handicapped. And then there are others, because I usually choose sorcerer who work on charisma. So I end up bards. Oh yeah, there are also bards who end up seducing everything that moves, and sorcerers and paladins, and that different classes.
Wait. So there's a bunch of Scanlons running around saying Scanlon's hand or whatever.
Something like that.
Okay.
So
watch Vox Machina, it'll make sense.
It's this whole world, and it's gone from generation to generation, and the world's getting more and more diverse and different storylines, and that's why there's an entire subculture of people making Dungeons and Dragons. So when they make this animated movie, like the movie that was somewhat successful with Chris Pine, they getting so close to the lore that even in each combat you see that the battle happens in 6-second rotations, because that when you're in your combat phase, each decision lasts about 6 seconds in actual time in that universe. So whatever you decide to do is happening in that level of speed. Like I said, I'm a super nerd about this thing. I've got my own dice. I'm waiting to go play for my first campaign. DMs out there, contact me. I want to join your lobbies. Anyway, so
can you be a DM? Maybe we can set up a KC Media Dungeons and Dragons thing.
I would like to, but I have nowhere near that level of training, because the thing about DMs or GMs, that you need to know the rules, and then you need to know the avenues of possibilities, because the things sometimes we come up with are so ridiculous that we need to.
Need to make sure that
let's
say if you set a rule previously that ice is stronger than fire in any scenario, then you need a specific type of fire that can conquer ice type or something like that. And you need to know which type of fire, like regular fire, ice will conquer it, but dragon fire can conquer ice, something like that.
I wonder how it's like if there's more than one DM, how like when you go to Bryce and then there's like 5 Bry masters and everybody's talking about how you should set up.
Oh, that's just disaster. That's just disaster.
Oh no,
that is just.
You're playing
there's only one Bry master.
If
there's more than one,
there's always the rule lawyer who's going to be sitting there with corner like, actually, it's not being able to be possible because according to this rule, the spell you offered, it's only allowing you to do this and this and this. There's always going to be those type of people.
And then they get beat up by other nerds and stuffed into lockers by other nerds.
Oh no, they're even worse. They're like, okay, I accidentally shoot him with a fireball.
Oops.
So
it was my mistake.
I accidentally use instant transmission and teleport him into the sun.
Yeah, whoopsie.
But that's why I say these guys, they're having more fun than the people participating. You're like, you're having fun, just giving us the rules, correcting us.
Then there are others where it should not be possible, but for some reason this person rolls the perfect die and you do a catastrophic amount of damage. We end up really destroying the entire island and melting it. Guys,
that's why he's rolled the Shinra dice. Shinra Tensei.
That's why I like what I like the most about Dungeons and Dragons is that no matter how much skill you think your character has, it all depends on the roll of the dice at some point in time. You cannot be. There's no such thing as a perfect character. No.
Maybe we should take a risk and ask Joe Manganiello to join us virtually, because he's like the dungeon master. He's one of the dungeon masters worldwide.
Oh, no. Then we'll have him. He must DM our campaign. I'll be happy to bring it. I'll get you all the dice and everything.
Hey, shouldn't you be beating up Peter Parker? Why are you playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Anyway, okay. So with that elaborate long backstory, we go into this story where it starts off.
I even forgot what we were talking about.
Well, what a lost cause. ADHD for the win.
Oh god.
Anyway, actually, this tangent makes sense because it fully explains something. It wasn't just a tangent.
Because when I watched it, I knew exactly what was going on because I was there. I know the law, but I also understood, like, for people who don't know the law of this thing will be like, huh? Some guys trapped in there.
Like, I was following kind of sort of until the end, and then I was like, wait, what?
Okay, so what happened? It starts with.
I think what kept me in line was I kept it on my Lord of the Rings lore. So I just kept it kind of in there, so that kind of kept me going. Because remember, even in the Lord of the Rings, they had different characters. We had the Ranger, we had the Elf, we had the Dwarf, and we had the Hobbit. So my explanation, actually, I just made a summary explanation. I was like, basically, the Fellowship got to Frodo after he'd been infected with the ring, and then they took him to Gandalf, and Gandalf took the power of the ring out, but the power of the ring was too strong, and Saruman came out, and then they had to fight Saruman.
More like smart.
That's how I just made it make sense to me.
Now, in this,
they couldn't handle that wet ass ring.
Get a bucket
Damn.
mop for that wet ass ring.
Wow, man. Fuck.
Wow, dude, that was such an innocent explanation. How did you corrupt that?
Dog, isn't this like a holy season for you? Like, chill.
It's starting tomorrow. Let him.
Oh wait, guys! I have the perfect rebuke for Buck. Absolutely haram.
Have you seen that video? Oh, no, I put it on my status where the guy's explaining what happens. What he was explaining what would happen if he slipped. He slipped and fell, and a piece of shawarma and with extra tahini sauce, tahini or whatever sauce fell into his mouth, and a piece of apple and 3 liters of water, and the guy was like.
I saw that. It's kind of like those ones where someone is walking and maybe wants to go to work, and then he slips, and then his slipper just lands on the remote, just switches on Netflix. Lands on his bed.
He slips and falls on his bed. The slipper switches off the TV.
Exactly.
Gets a bowl of snacks. And
Hi.
Okay, so it starts with a rescue mission, obviously. We see this poor kid stuck inside a tent, and you hear these people giving these people the final warnings, which doesn't count for nothing because a fight automatically breaks out. This poor guy trapped in this.
It reminds me of what they did in Samurai Jack season 5,
yes.
where Jack's dad gets stopped by a bunch of assassins, and I'm like, you guys are the world's dumbest assassins I have ever seen. If this is the same lore, you're fighting the guy that beat Aku.
Exactly.
Who do you think you are?
You are.
Exactly.
With that being said, so it ends up with this glorious combat, and then they rescue this poor boy who's hearing voices because he's possessed, clearly. And they're explaining that you're supposed to be offered
he's not possessed.
Looks like he's gonna shapa somebody with
Orton,
an RKO.
okay?
I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. I was just waiting for him to look at one of those orcs and be like, I can kill you.
Actually, if they had done that, that would have been so epic. I would have lost my mind.
Anyway, so it cuts to the boy waking up in a campfire with all these people, and then because of his Marlena tendencies, he ends up stabbing one of the characters.
Yeah, it seems like she's
the
like
voice acting in this was
the
voice acting in this was really good. I mean, even though I was lost lore wise, I don't know what's going on. At least like most of the characters were distinct. But I think for 15 minutes it was too many people still, because I was like, I don't know what this other bro does. All I know is like he's a Jamaican wizard dwarf. Because that guy sounded kind of Jamaican.
It feels like
the bra from Naruto. Like for 2 seconds, all you hear is like he looked like he took the teaching of Kakashi Sensei.
Yes. I don't know if you guys remember, like back in the day when you purchase like comic books, maybe at a CNA or something.
Yeah.
Like, before things got a lot easier now. And then you just pick up a comic and you buy it and you have no idea what's going on. Like it's like issue 6 of 13. And you're like,
That's how I read some Spider-Man. That's how I read some Spider-Man comics. Like I would open the comic and he's fighting Doc Ock, and I'm like, and he's like, "You killed my brother." Who? Wait, where?
Who's your brother? Who's Doc Ock?
Like I said, the very first comic I ever bought was a Spider-Man comic where I ended up fighting against Kraven the Hunter and Demo Goblin. Not just Hobgoblin, not just Green Goblin, Demo Goblin, a literal demon from hell, riding a flaming, one of those, those hover,
gliders.
It was literally made out of fire. And I was like,
I just got PTSD when you mentioned Kraven the Hunter.
No, I'm saying like that's just the thing. Like so many libraries and so many bookstores, they didn't have any sequential stuff. So like for example, one of the Batman stories, I got Batman Hush, and it was the final chapter of the Hush storyline. So I didn't know who was where and who.
So the only thing you're reading is reveals. Like what? It was me all along.
You just reading the spoilers, bro. You just like, hey, spoiler. But why is it a spoiler? I know it's a spoiler, but why is it a spoiler? What did he do?
When people are taking their faces off, and I'm like, I thought this was Batman. Doesn't he just fight criminals? What's happening?
Yeah. So that I know how to find. Okay. To answer your question,
back to the thing. Let's focus.
To answer your question, that guy was basically a dwarf monk.
Okay.
So monks don't usually fight with any weapons per se. They use these are the only weapons they have. They're like, think of it like they introduced a bit of Dragon Ball Z into this universe. So they use like
and Naruto.
And Naruto, they use the key to manipulate to augment their combat abilities, which you see later on.
Basically, he's a Shaolin monk, because you know the Shaolins, they make their body strong so that they don't need actually a weapon. They become the weapon.
So he's basically a weapon. And then from what I can tell from the other dwarf, it must be a goblin. I'm not sure. She's a wizard. Because she's got. And then we've got I'm not sure, but it looks like he is either half orc or comment below. You'll correct me, because I don't know all my races.
He looks like he escaped from Saruman.
Yeah, because that's one of the. But he's a druid, definitely, because that's why he manipulates.
He looks like a warrior druid, though.
Yeah.
He's not a regular druid. He's more like a warrior druid.
No, he was the Urukai with standards. He was like, guys, I'm tired of eating regular man flesh. I'd like to get some real food, thanks. I'm leaving.
Can we saute it a little bit? Can we put it on the price stand a little some?
Why are we always chasing a ring? One ring for all of this. Alright, guys, me and
Vine. And obviously, it comes off to this wonderful discussion about having faith and fighting against our darker powers, and then Jiggy being watched by a dark sorcerer with a wraith like Saruman without his makeup routine was busy watching. This whole conversation going on, and then it comes to like, oh, they found us. And then the plan is in case you've quickly identified that the quest is they're trying to rescue this kid from whatever evil that's possessed him, and
it's the evil dragon cult.
Yeah, the evil dragon cult. Very fitting. And they wanted to go purify him so that
and somebody jumped out. It's the green bat. Algae block the bleeding.
Come on! I literally said that, and I was like, "Please don't evil cult it. Please don't evil cult it. Please don't evil cult it."
Okay. Coming back from that. So it can't. Okay. Basically, the climax of this episode is all about giving yourself second chances. I tried to do better, even against our darkest instincts, and then they go into this big. They end up having this big ass bridge battle, while the wizard opens the door and they have to go carry this poor child into this cave. And while the bad
first of all, just to disturb you, sorry, but how awesome was that bridge? A freaking sword and someone holding it. That was one of the coldest bridges I've ever seen.
Like this,
I don't think there's a better bridge I've seen.
It looked beautiful.
That is
I can't think of a better bridge I've ever seen, bro.
It kind of looked like a riff on, and I'm sure it's not, but it kind of looked like a riff on the Final Valley.
And the Argonath from Lord of the Rings. You know those two statues with the...
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of those guys. I promise.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the statue is like...
Hashirama! Wrong universe! Oh, where am I? Oh, sorry, guys. Manara, let's go.
Let's go. This one is like 15 minutes. We do 200 episodes here. Let's go.
Guys, we still on. Do you understand? We're still on episode 1, and it's a 15-minute episode.
You know what I find funny? The person who's talking is the person's like, only 2 episodes. And I was like, guys, have you guys met?
You know what? I forget, and I give us too much credit sometimes.
Like, you have no idea. You have no idea. Anyway.
Tebello's getting better at prepping, but anyway.
Careful, he's learning. It comes to... There's like, we'll hold them off. And I was like, the Paladin is by far one of the strongest warriors you had there. Why did you not... Why couldn't you just like, okay, Druid or right inside?
Yeah, why did they? Why? Yeah, because Shield Lady seemed like she was the baddest of the group or whatever.
I know.
Yeah, isn't she like?
And she actually seemed like a de facto leader.
Yeah.
And also, like she could get stabbed and heal herself. So I'm like, Wolverine Lady, you fight the bridge people.
You know.
But anyway.
But as you can see, that conversation she had back that night before with this guy, she gave him Paladins. To explain it, Paladins are like warriors who have taken an oath to either a certain cause or a deity, and in this particular Paladin gave it to some god with a big, I don't know what the hell his name is, that symbolizes by that hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now she gave him that talisman as a way to make sure that he has something to hold on to when the madness comes.
Yeah.
Which
like
is a nice, which is a nice little tidbit foreshadowing for what happens at the end of the episode, because we cut to once they get inside the cave and you see what pissed me off the most. But it's lore accurate. One of my says a gigantic dragon of a certain
you mean what's
color.
behind you?
Oh no, that is not me. You see how much that is a very small dragon compared to this noble beast right here. This is the great gold dragon of the House of Khala.
Oh, this is kind of like
don't get it twisted.
Dragonite big.
I was like, and that's how big you are.
But the graphics were really good, eh? The graphics were awesome.
Graphics were good,
Yeah.
but like the thing is, what made me mad is the dragon was talking about, I will take this darkness from you. I will save you from yada yada yada.
So
yada,
arrogant.
yada.
So
Do not worry.
You are so self-assured, aren't you? Like, you arrogant little. Anyway.
And then all of a sudden he takes it in and is like, you've been holding it for this time. And
Yeah.
I was like, why are you surprised? I thought you had
and before this, it
bag.
was on some, nah, nigga, don't worry, I got this.
I got this.
Nigga, you ain't got this.
Like, that's what I said. Any gold dragon I know would never be nearly as overconfident as this one. But anyway.
No, this is Vegeta in the Super.
No, but I think
Vegeta in the
it's
Cell
also...
Saga. After he reached Super Vegeta, he was like, "No, I'm Super Vegeta. I've got this. Bring Perfect Cell on." And then all of a sudden, he got Mama Tad.
And at the same time, if I've ever loved at least a little bit of some background, it's like, okay, the cult of the evil dragon. What evil dragon do they worship? I need names. I need stats. I need opportunities.
Do they train in stiffies?
Wow.
What? Where did they come from?
You're like,
no pun intended.
Holy chill, Buck. Like,
no. He's venting it.
No. I'm actually not even gonna say back. I'm gonna say your government name.
Vietnam.
Anyway, while that's happening outside,
you're literally off the February calendar, bro.
I'm trying to move on. Moving on. Outside, they're having the most generic battle. We see, and here this is what I wanted to do. You see what monks can do in battle. Monks are like, they could punch you like 700 times per second. It's like, it's the most annoying and most powerful and most
That was so freaking cool.
The way it caught an arrow and flipped it back.
Like, I don't think I've seen anything cooler in a minute. I think
but
that's
also
like
the other thing is
that's solo leveling cool. That's like solo leveling cool.
Yeah, but I'm saying I started asking questions. I was like, why were you guys so scared? I didn't get it.
There are a lot more bad guys, and
I think they're more scared of the dude on the bat than the actual guys.
The Wraith. And the other thing you also need to understand is that the one thing you need to learn in D&D is that you can actually die. Your characters do die in D&D, and when they're dead, they're dead. There's no. Of course, there might be some resurrection magic here and there. We don't know if you're lucky. But when your character dies, sometimes you need to take off your character sheet and burn it because it's over. They aren't going to see that character ever again. You need to create a new one.
So you spend the rest of the night listening to your friend.
Yeah, so you need to make decisions that are smart. You're not going to just go run around against 500 opponents thinking that you're basically a demigod. You will die.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying when I was looking at the bridge scene, Monk and dude with the staff were just handling food.
Yeah, staff druid. Let's call him staff druid.
And the plan was basically use the most famous spell of all, Fireball, even though it just looks like flaming hands that they use, but still, Fireball is one of those moves. One of those moves that become famous in the D&D almost commercial community because of the extreme level of damage it does. You see,
thank you. Fire.
Fire style.
The thing about this spell is that it does a lot, like any technique. It generates a lot. It can generate a lot of friendly fire.
Okay.
And a fireball is basically a calculated explosion.
Cartoon.
So you find in many of these shows, the radius of the fireball explosion can sometimes be bigger than the battle room itself. So everyone in this room gets cooked. And now imagine you're fighting in a house, right? And the fireball explosion can level this damn house. And now you've got a wizard who's like, okay, screw this, I cast fireball. Now all your friends and allies are like going like,
you doomed us all.
Emma,
no. Yeah, that scene when Cell is about to get hit by Goku's Whoop Kamehameha. That's the entire group.
Goku's crazy, but he's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Or it's when Cell went up into the air and he was gonna blast everybody, and Krillin so masterfully said, "Gohan, get out of there! He's gonna do it." I want to go on to Turtle and be like, "And go where?"
Anyway, so while they're busy fighting, the biggest red gets turned into a snail, which you can do that because there are techniques called I forgot the name of the spell, but it's if they fail the resistance to that particular spell, you can be turned into any animal. Sometimes you turn them into sheep, snails, crabs. I forgot the other one that they turned into some ridiculous animal, and you also remain as that animal for a particular period of time up until you have the force of will to break it. So it was a nice.
So you're not like Captain Ginyu where.
It's not forever. La la la. Okay, la la la. That song is in my head now. Then we cut to the dragon pulling out the demon from this boy, doing an exorcism, a transference exorcism.
Your soul, your evil soul is mine.
Is it?
And ta-da! It's the end. The boy is purified. There's no evil thoughts. Even his evil markings have disappeared. Yay! Oh,
that was great, actually. It's just. Yeah, it felt like a Game of Thrones situation where they're like, oh, this is the moment where we finally see Ned Stark and Lannister fighting these two great warriors.
Yes.
Then it gets disturbed by something. Yep. King Baratheon is actually calling you both for a meeting. And like
that's the one thing I hated about this episode. Oh. Okay, so the dragon dies and it gets revealed that what?
No, that like this thing comes out like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Yes, and this thing, you see, that 5-headed dragon is one of the most legendary creatures. I'm wondering why Extrodin didn't clock her immediately. That's Tiamat.
Yeah, Tiamat.
Yes.
And I was like, wait. How strong is this kid that the dragon couldn't handle even 2 seconds? The Tiamat, the package got in there for 2 seconds, and the dragon was
let
like,
me put it like this. Tiamat is the ultimate embodiment of all evil dragons. She is the mother. She is the actual mother of dragons. And basically a deity in her own right. The only thing that would stop her would basically be divine intervention.
The name does sound familiar.
Yes. So I'm saying that that bro is divine intervention. He's like Naruto on steroids. He was housing the ultimate tail beast moose.
She was housing it because
so Tiamat is from Mesopotamian.
Yeah, Mesopotamian religion. Yes, she's the mother of all monsters, the creator of the creator of all malevolence.
Okay, now you're sounding like a WWE promo. He's the mother of all monsters.
The destroyer of worlds. She who shall devour us all.
She smacketh down on all monsters.
It's Tiamat. She's here, by God.
I was just watching to say, Mr. Extrodin, don't you remember Tiamat from the old 90s show? That 5-headed dragon that used to chase away the evil sorcerer that we used to keep fighting against.
Was the name of the show Tiamat?
No, Dungeons and Dragons. Remember the Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The name does sound familiar, but
yes.
I was like 6 when that show came out. I don't know. Or 7.
So that 5-headed dragon, who looked far different in that show, but this one she looks far more epic. That's the ultimate big bad villain of the universe. Granted, in the later storylines, they've created more other big apocalyptic world stories, like the Tarisk. The Tarisk now is the big world-ending destroying creature. But before Tiamat was the big one. If you see her, the only thing you need to do is find a way to survive. You don't beat her, you survive her. There's a big difference.
So I'm saying, they're donezo practically because they're trapped in that room with this unbeatable god, I guess. But I'm like, wait, no.
Like I said, the only thing that can stop Tiamat is either divine intervention or a very old man with 7 yellow canaries. I have to say that because I know somebody's typing furiously right now. I know who he is.
Gandalf?
No, you see, Tiamat is one half of. Tiamat is the mother of dragons. There is also a father of dragons. His name is Bahamut. And for all those Final Fantasy stands, you already know who I'm talking about.
Bahamut, that name sounds familiar.
Yes.
But not from Final Fantasy. I know I've heard it somewhere.
So Bahamut is basically the father of all good dragons, including gold. He's the platinum dragon, the father of all gold dragons and all the righteous dragons in the world. So he's basically the twin brother of Tiamat, and they're basically each other's checks and balances. So if he appears, you're in for a good time, unless you've done something very bad. Because he's the custodian of justice. So don't go around mollywalking villages and stuff like that in your campaigns. But if you've been virtuous enough and you're fighting against him, he might just show up to help. And then the only other thing, barring that he's not minding his own business somewhere else, is divine intervention. And for that, you need a cleric. And guess who was there along with the rest of the group?
Oh, so I thought, is a cleric not a wizard?
A cleric basically is like a priest with divine access to a god, to that particular god. Wizards
he'll pray the badness away.
Wizards are like nerds.
Okay, you guys have been saying that I'm wilding too much, so I'll hold it. It's fine.
Okay, wizards are the nerds that have been studying.
Oh my god!
For years.
I just smelled the Catholic joke you're about to make. I don't know what you were gonna say, but I know it was Catholic.
When I editing Tebello, when he hears this part, I'm going to just moving right along. That's what we're gonna call this clip. Just, you know what? We're gonna just leave this part because some people are on that must be like.
It was actually not even that. It was actually going to be the other bra, your favorite bra. I was gonna make that joke, but it's fine.
Somebody's clearly in heat right now, so we don't know what's going on because I'm
holding it. Okay.
With that being said, clerics are the guys that basically get divine favor from the gods. They're also like the group healers and stuff like that.
So I'm saying, so basically when Tiamat said fire style, God came down and he was like, hold on.
Hold
my beer.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was just his superpowers. I
No,
thought bro was...
it's basically that the god's like, no, not this one, not today.
No, but then how powerful is that dude? Because he was holding Tiamat and he was in control of Tiamat way longer than the dragon was.
Yeah, because
like the worst thing Tiamat did was stab somebody in his body. Dragon came in and Tiamat manifested like it was the WWE. She had smoke and everything.
Yep.
But also remember, it's 15 minutes. It's not like they can have a 1 minute. Oh no, I'm fighting you. Oh no, I can't hold it back.
Yep.
And the other thing, what else happens? Oh yeah, but long and short of it, they need to find a way to get out of that bear's cave because that's the only way they're gonna survive. Cleric of Knee, the odds of him beating Tiamat is very. I don't care how many times. Like I've held it back before. I can do it again. It's like, yeah, we believe you, but you'll never face. You don't need to face him alone. It's like
that just felt like an end game moment.
Dude, when I saw that, I literally said these guys had they had like the Lord of the, you know how Lord of the Rings, they didn't trust each other in the beginning in the in the fellowship, and then by the end they started growing to trust each other, like all of them, not just the ones who knew each other.
Yeah.
So basically, they had a whole fellowship in like one night.
In one night,
and not even like in half a night because they rescued the kid. They rested for like 2 minutes and then they ran to the dragon guy. They literally had a fellowship in like half a night.
But I think it helps that they were a team before they found that kid.
No. But remember, they're standing now with the cleric who they just rescued now.
Yeah.
And who like 4 minutes ago, they were saying like kill him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they also tried to the Schwartz credit, they showed that the cleric did jump. What's this?
Yeah,
they showed that the cleric did jump in front of the way and took some things
from the wizard.
He took ice for the wizard.
Oh, but okay, I know. Once again, for those furiously typing, wizards are the guys who go and study for their magic. Né? They spend years and years reading for them. The other nerds who go on the books and stuff. Sorcerers are basically born of magic. They just charisma is like they do what they feel like. Usually, in the backstory is usually like my dad was a bard. He met this woman who turns out to be a dragon, and then 9 months later here I was.
Oh, maybe that's how Donkey did it.
Donkey was a bard, man. Nah, this is how Donkey did it. This is how Donkey did it. So.
Yeah. The moment. Yeah, no, you're right. Donkey is a bard.
I'm the master of the steps.
Because don't forget, at the end of the first movie, who was singing that song? Then I met her, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. I tried.
Back in basically in like Victorian times, a bard basically it was the English word for spell. Someone.
Oh,
so
the bard had bars.
Oh no,
well they had bards, I guess.
And that little tad bit is thanks to me watching Bridgerton.
Cue the Bridgerton theme song, which I have no idea what it is.
I also actually don't know what it is. I don't think they have one.
Has Tebello ever actually watched Bridgerton? No.
Wait, so did he make wait. So Tebello,
wasn't that last?
You just made a hold on. Tebello, you just made a reference for show. Yeah.
Where is my gun?
Every time.
Where is my gun?
Every time I
throw this.
This is BuckMeister. This
yeah, correct. Every time I feel like blowing up. Every time I feel like blowing up those glasses. When next I see those glasses, those things are going to be in touch with the sun. I promise you.
I can't win. I can't make my regular jokes. I can't make my glass jokes.
You just see Kuchiyose.
Sunglasses. Zuko, Musa.
Yes. Not let the Azula come out. Not let the Azula come out. Not let the Azula come out.
Well, Azula, you're gonna bring out Susan.
Yo.
Anyway. So this episode ends with them fighting off Tiamat. The odds of survival are slim at best, but they'll escape. God's willing.
Because the main characters. Makes sense.
God's willing, but if you're gonna tell me they beat Tiamat, I'm going to laugh at you until I pass out. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Anyway,
but real talk though, when I watched this, I was like, oh wow, this could be the next Lord of the Rings. They should make it into a TV series and explain it longer.
They must stick with this format, I believe, if they can. I don't know if they can, but they must stick, maybe make it a feature-length movie, because maybe a series with these types of resources would be too much. Because maybe if you're looking at 8 hours of content with this level of quality, although there were times in some of the shots where some of the faces looked like they were shifting a little bit, and I was just like, maybe it's because of.
But I actually thought more movie than series. I thought series, and I was like, yeah, it'll be too much. Then I settled on movie. I think as a once-off movie. But the problem is with Hollywood, they'll always try to make sequels. They don't like making.
No, but I'm saying, like, if we take the Lord of the Rings thing that they do and they make it like maybe a 1.5 hour movie, and they make a trilogy like that, and they don't explain everything, we can go do our own research if you want, but they give you enough of the world to do something like that, and you follow these characters specifically. Maybe we get to end of it, and maybe it's them, they find a way to seal Tiamat at the end, or maybe the cleric finds a way to invoke Bahamut somehow so that he can help them, save them, or whatever the case is, because now they have to figure out how to deal with Tiamat or whatever, and that's like the trilogy that could work.
Look, I for all the
I don't
I'd rather be
as a trilogy, I don't see it.
I'd rather be honest with you guys.
It's a once-off movie for me.
Yeah, Bahamut may be noble, but he's his own special kind of asshole. So yeah,
but it's a movie. It's a movie. It's not going to be lore accurate.
No, I'm saying, like, the thing is, depending on how big they want to make this thing,
Mr.
it's possible to.
You've been silent for so long. I know you wanted to say something, so.
No, I've been trying to say stuff, but you know.
Yeah, I know, and everyone's just woo. The ADHD.
No, but something Zuko said right now just made me realize that Hollywood is messing up a lot of stuff. The fact that he said it's a movie is not going to be lore accurate, I was like, damn.
Like, you guys saw the thing I shared in
the. I mean, T'Challa died, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him, and they have the most advanced thing. There should be nothing on. Unless it was an alien pathogen, nothing should have been able to kill him. Or at worst,
an alien pathogen that attacked him specifically.
But that's what I'm just saying. I get it. He was helping out Captain Marvel, so maybe when he was on those missions, something happened. But all I'm saying is, I mean, they're thinking of canceling the Silver Surfer. They come on, guys. They don't care.
All I really want to say, they don't really care about us. Marvel
which
fans.
Is stupid.
Enough is enough. All I really want to say, they don't really
I'm saying, which is stupid. I'm like, dog, how did you guys get your degrees? I don't understand. I've never seen people run from money like this.
That's my point. That's my frustration.
They were
like, I get you guys are racist and you don't want black people to feel empowered, but like, what do you want more? Like, what's more important, racism or money?
What's $1 billion here and there? That's not money. We don't care about $1 billion. $1 billion. Yeah. What's that?
Black Panther has 2 movies. It's literally the top 5 combined. They like top 5 Marvel money makers, and the second one wasn't even well received. That's the crazy part. The second one wasn't well received. But when you combine the money that Black Panther 1 and 2 made,
It's over 2 billion technically. No, not even technically. It is.
It is, and that's money. Like if you're making, I'm sorry, if I've released 2 movies and they've made 2 billion for me, I will flog that dead horse. Okay, that sounds
They
bad.
usually do, but anyway.
Yeah, they usually do until it's black people involved.
Extrodin, how did you feel about the short, bro?
I don't want to lie, guys. I have mixed feelings about it. Funny enough, which we're gonna get to. Episode 2 for me is more interesting than episode 1. I didn't struggle understanding what's going on at all. Like for me, I sort of like connected the dots quite early, but I felt like the 15 minutes was a bit much for me compared to the next episode. So some moments just felt like they were dragging, even though they weren't. I just felt like, guys, just get to the point already.
Last thing, and you felt there was dragging, yo?
Yeah, like those night scenes and like
ADHD.
I think they needed to happen so that people who don't know can maybe because that's kind of how I understood what was happening. Because if I'll be honest, dog, I didn't have no context of what was going on. And also, like the lady giving the speech about how you need to fight the darkness within you, even though he's actually got a literal demon, and she's just talking about I used to be an asshole. I'm like, those aren't
the same, dude. You pushing little children on the playground and me having literally Satan trying to come is not the same thing.
I watched this when I was really, really exhausted. I kept napping in between while watching this, but episode 2 I was awake the entire time.
Well, that's the thing. When you're dealing with shorts, you can't have, like, for example, Kizazimoto, right? I think one of the shorts, the most characters that it had was 3, maybe?
I think there's 4. I'm just trying to remember. 3, but it's in that region.
You mean the main characters?
Yeah, main characters of the short that have the most speaking parts. It's like maximum was 2 or 3. And the reason being is because now you need to allocate time to try and tell a complete story.
Right.
In this 10-minute, 15-minute window. And if you got 7 characters, even though I wanted to know about Jamaican Monk Man, because that guy sounds Jamaican to me. I've never heard a Jamaican
But
monk
also,
in my
he's
life.
freaking cool. Like, besides the thing, like, anyone who can do a little flash punch from standstill to flash punch, but then is also Hulk punching you in a flash punch. Awesome.
I mean, yeah, and then you just hear Jaman as he's hitting you in your throat.
Jaman. My throat.
Oh, quick side thing. You guys know Cheryl Lee Ralph, right?
Yeah.
From Abbott Elementary.
Yes.
Yeah. So they were interviewing her at the NWC what awards. And then she literally spoke Japanese in a Jamaican accent. It was the coolest thing ever, bro. It was the coolest thing.
It's the anything that woman cannot do.
Man.
It seems like she can do everything.
What does she
like? She's just too awesome at this moment. She's like overpowered. She's OP. She's like
she's
in a more element.
She's she's the solo leveling guy. She's the overload guy. She's just overpowered at this moment.
This is the little wizard lady who soloed everybody after they could figure out how to unfreeze her powers.
Yes. In Kamehameha, the entire bridge.
But yeah, and then that's it. Let's get into episode 2.
I mean, the way
just to cover this short. Oh, go ahead.
For me, I was like, the one thing is like I would wanted to see how this thing ended up. I wanted to see them survive. I would like the thing about shows is they never really have a closure, except if episode 2 did it epically. But the other episode, this one just cuts like okay, big bag fight, enter boss level is giving. What's his name of that season that show with those androids again? Super Android 18? Oh no, Super Android 8.
Cyborg 009.
Yeah, or something like that, because the way the season finale they end up fighting against a literal goddess, And now they're gonna think the professor.
I've been trying to get us to review that show. We will.
And then it's over.
Because it was actually created. It was created by the same guy who created Power Rangers.
The way I screamed at the television screen, no. Anyway.
Nani?
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, episode 2 of this thing. So this is Sifu. This is secret level. I'm actually thinking about what's this? Once some money comes in, I actually think I'm gonna buy the game because I've been actually wanting to play. I've actually been wanting to play this. But yeah. So Sifu starts out. It's this guy. He's eating at a table. He's got this old Chinese granny. Well, I don't know. He's not.
You don't know?
He's not.
What do you mean you don't know? He's at. He's there all the time. That's Achuru Ramen.
Ichiraku Ramen.
The only difference is Naruto is not out for revenge. That's the only difference between this. But that's literally Achuru. That's his ramen, bro. That's Naruto.
All right. Okay.
It's not even a stretch.
Rasengan.
It's not even a stretch, bro. It's not even a Luffy.
It's not even a Choji. Expansion Jutsu. Anyway. So yeah, here he's eating, and then yeah, this lady. The voice acting also really good.
Up tier.
Yeah, where she's like, was like, what did you put in this? Put 60 years of my life into it, or whatever. Which was, yeah, that was excellently delivered. Sorry, go ahead.
Which actually makes sense in the end.
Yeah. You read my mind, though, Zooks.
I was saying, like, it goes to show what happens when you put your heart and soul into any voice acting. Like, respect your voice actors, guys. They deserve just as much respect and adoration as the normal actors. Just because you see them every day doesn't mean they're having influence, and you don't see the amount of work that go into this voice acting.
And this is why we used to hate. This is why we used to hate English dubs, because the voice actors were just a beating.
But also, even what
some of them,
some of the actors in what if are getting cooked.
That's why I said used to, because they've improved now and they actually act.
Although some of them are still doing that same dumb voice, where it's just like, bro, try a little.
Like I said, I still can't stomach Bariki Kenpachi in English, but I hear wonderful things about the voice acting in 1000 Year Blood War Arc, so something I'll never watch.
Before Tristan was replaced, the first voice actor was horrible, bruh.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my God, Joey, what are we doing here? Like, yo, you know it's for kids, but don't try to.
No, I like what Tebello said. Like, he said that the voice director took a gun to that guy's head, and he was like, "Yeah, winner."
Did I say this?
We're replacing you, because the other guy came in. It's like, hey, Joey, how you doing, bro?
No, I don't even think they replaced him, dog. I don't even think they replaced him. They just went in there. They're just like, hey, Muna, now.
Lights, camera, action.
It's like they will kill us over this Yu-Gi-Oh! You better put in a proper performance.
Anyway. So it starts.
I just felt like it sort of like had a TMNT moment, even though it's sort of like a Daredevil moment.
I also like that line. It's like, they'll kill you. Like, and then he said, "It's nothing."
You get used to it.
You get used to it. There's a nice little hinting, a nice little foreshadowing to what actually happens.
Yeah.
I mean, respect to the short, because I think the thing is like they could have just made this guy like barrel through him, because you can in the game.
Yes.
Like you can literally do a no damage, you stay young forever type thing or whatever.
Also, based on the game.
Yeah. Sifu is Sifu's actual game. It's a PlayStation. That's why everything here, secret level, it's all game references of some kind. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, because Dungeons and Dragons, it's the game that Tebello described. This one is straight PlayStation 4. You can pick it up.
Dungeons and who?
I said dragons.
You said something before you changed your dragon, but I will let it slide.
Okay, that's you. That's you.
You know, he's being a purity police now.
Tebello, you will edit this and you will hear it.
I will hear nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Tebello, you will ignore this. Tebello.khala commands you. Ignore nothing.
I rest my case. I come in peace.
Right, okay. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons, the game Tebello described, Sifu, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 exclusive. Which if they did it in this style, which is the arcane style of animation, if you pay attention to all of that stuff, which is really cool or whatever. So if they did a show like this, 8 episodes, maybe 2 seasons, maybe be cool.
Did you like the character designs? Are they similar to the ones in the game?
No, they're spot on. It's like 100%. That guy, the way he looks in this short is how he looks in the game mostly.
Oh. And he gets older each time he resurrects.
Spoiler, man. We haven't even gotten there. Okay, I know we're spoiling the whole thing, but you're spoiling the spoiling.
Oh yeah, I mean, okay. Simple. Anyway, he goes to the club.
He chases these guys. We get a quick flashback. Obviously, you have killed my father. Prepare to die.
Yeah.
Here's one thing. How simple is that plot line? Kill Bill? Like how simple?
Yes, I was thinking about Kill Bill.
Someone that I loved, and now I have changed, and I have come for my vengeance. Or you caught me unawares, and you killed someone I love, but I am a trained killer, and now I'm coming. How many movies have that premise?
Asian movies, brother.
Basically,
like that's John Wick. That's
no.
Almost every martial arts.
That's martial arts. Like that's all martial arts. You kill that's evil cult. That's everything. That's so many. That premise is so simple, but it has spawned so many movies, and it's been told in so many different ways. It's been told in similar ways. It's been told in the same way with a bit of aromate. Like it's such a simple yet brilliant concept.
Yeah, I mean, again, everything is about execution. Just because something is complicated doesn't mean that now all of a sudden it will be top tier, high class, or whatever. And just because something is simple, it doesn't mean that it will suck. Everything, like, it always depends on the execution.
Hence,
so I'm saying with this particular short or whatever, I mean, again, I can't say that I'm like thoroughly emotionally invested or whatever, but at least they do enough that you're like, okay, I kind of get
why
he's doing what he's doing, because like that's the thing is he technically died as a child because of this thing, and now that's why he's an adult. I guess his father was crazy with the kung fu because he must have trained him exceptionally well. So yeah, we go there. He fights a bunch of guys, and then they cut his throat, and then he gets back up again.
The fight choreography.
That's when you start seeing that that the way he enters, the way it's so cool. Like they did that whole Bruce Lee cool thing very well, which I enjoyed. But they didn't overdo it. You know, they're like, okay, calm down, bro. We get it. You're the main. But they did the whole. I think they did it Jet Li cool, not Bruce Lee cool. They did it Jet Li cool, where he just enters and he's suave and ish is about to go down.
I was thinking maybe because I don't know, Mr. Extrodin, you did mention it does give you that Kill Bill kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that Kill Bill scene where Oren enters the club. And you hear that Oren Ishii.
Because here's one thing I need to
ask. The crazy 88s.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I need to ask though. When this bro gets back up, why would you keep fighting?
I just
no, but remember,
it's either that or they kill him.
You're fighting for your survival because you don't understand what's happening, but okay, I killed this dude, and if this dude, he's gonna kill me. So it's more a survival thing than
I'm saying, bras keep coming at her. I'm gone. Like the minute
no. If I'm one of the people in the back, I'll be like, y'all don't pay me enough.
Teleportation no jutsu. You just see.
I thought you were speaking more to the first guy. The first guy, it was more just like I need to survive because this dude. But the others, when he goes into the hallway,
the bridge.
I'm sorry. The first time I'll be shocked. The second, like let's say I'm giving myself grace now because in situations you can be stupid. But the first time we kill this dude, and I'm like, this dude, and he comes back. I'm like, what is happening? And then we kill him again, and he comes back. I'm like,
and he's older.
Let me tell you.
Bye bye.
And like, we're sure
Call me Chris Brown.
Like 15 of us stab this bro, and he gets back up again.
I swear to
God,
looking
older than he did before.
If you look, if he gets up and like, Tebello, what do? You see that the transformation just actually works. You just see a blom pot right next to your pot plant. I'd have long gone. Like,
you know, in Looney Tunes,
yeah,
you're just gonna see smoke where I used to be.
Or you just see my shadow looking just as surprised as you do.
No, but if you're in
you'll see my head there. You'll see my head there. My body's already around the corner, and then my head will catch up.
If you're in Scissor 7, Daibo would have given you some stupid transformation pill, like you turn into a fish.
Kaiba egg. Hey, dog, I'd Kaiba egg out of there. I'm just
goldfish.
It always makes me laugh that these, and also these guys are like hoodlums. I'm like, your boss is a gangster.
I forgot the name.
What is he paying you?
I forgot the name. I forgot the name of this TikTok. I forgot his name. He
Also,
made a skit about that.
There's also indoctrination with these gangs. It's indoctrination. Like, as if you remember this gang, you need to be loyal. You need to fight till the end. You need to
if the bra gets back up with the
however,
powers,
I see a homie getting up. Like I said, the first time I will be in shock. The second time I will be gone.
Gone across after image.
Sonic's gonna look at me and go like, "Damn!"
No, remember Scissor 7 when 13 showed up the first time after she bodied those cats, and he was like a mad buck, and he was posing as mad buck. You see how he was vying there?
Yeah,
that's me.
But after image, you'd be like, Tebello, what do you do? Tebello. When they touch you, when you try to touch you just see her go through. Like, what? Long gone. You just see. Anyway, what I liked about this episode is the combat sequences, and you see that basically each time he comes back, he's basically learned from his mistakes.
Yeah.
He's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. What broke my heart is I wanted to see that final fight with the last boss. Why didn't you?
That's what I wanted to say. That's the only thing that was disappointing.
Oh, come on! I wanted to see that.
They could have cut some of the. No, I see why they did it, but I still think they could have cut some of the hallway fights to do some of that.
No, but remember the hallway fights were also to give. I think they could have, but also remember the hallway fights were to give context into her. Because remember the first time we see him getting his neck cut, and then he comes back, we don't know why, and then we just think, it's his power, but we don't. But nothing has been explained. And then the second time he gets killed, and then we see the coin thing, and then we're like, he's got the special coin thing that helps him think. And then the third time he gets killed, I think because the second time we see him is the explanation. He's got the special coin. We still don't know what the special coins and whatever. However, the third time he gets killed, and then we see that now he replays the scenarios in his head so that he avoids getting killed.
Yes.
So everything had a purpose, and I think because I think it was like 8 minutes something, so 9 minutes. So I think an extra minute for the boss fight wouldn't have killed him. However, I understand why they did that.
Also because it has a slower runtime than the other one.
So, it was like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
With the intro, intro and the outro, it was like 9 minutes.
So
they could have added an extra minute for the final boss scene.
I think it was also like.
However, I personally myself enjoyed the not having the final boss scene, because when they come back to him, remember by the time now he goes to the boss, I think he had like 2 coins left, and then when he comes back to the lady, he still has the 2 coins left.
Right.
So that means he'd learned his lessons, and he'd made sure that he doesn't get killed.
the most traumatic training arc I've ever seen.
Because it gives credence to that line where now he goes back to that lady and then she's busy making the dish. And he said, I heard that you put 60 years.
60 years into the dish.
And like, you bet your ass.
Yeah, 60 years of your life into the dish.
And then he says, I wonder how it feels like. And then she asked the same question because she recognizes
what he says is, was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
Because first she mistakes him. I don't know what. First she mistakes him as his own grandfather.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I've seen your grandson, he looks like you.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then basically
but
he asks her.
No. But remember, she says an important thing. I've seen him like you, but he's more angry.
Yeah.
So meaning now, because he's killed that guy, he's released that anger.
And I was that.
What are you saying? Catharsis. Yes. Is that a catharsis experience? Yeah.
Zuko has loaded his English bundles.
Yo.
You got the premium package.
So he's released that frustration, that trauma, the I should have done something trauma. Because we always have that thing where even there's literally nothing you could have done, but you said, I should have done something, I could have done something. But now, because now he's finally killed that person and he's released that trauma. So that anger, that frustration, that pain, there's different pain, there's different thing, but that one that was keeping him going, that was the vengeance, the fire of the vengeance is gone now. Yeah.
I mean, look, also shout out to the choreography shout out to the choreography where they had him get attacked by multiple people. I kind of appreciated that because, as much as he has the magical powers, it is the thing of, in these kung fu movies, you guys wait.
It's and how many times have you seen stuff like that? It's so boring.
And also, I like the fact that he died to show you that, dog, if I have to fight 10 people, I have to make 10 right moves. Those guys need only one right move.
Yeah. And that's of course.
And the reason he was able to overcome them is because he saw what happened and therefore he avoids it. It wasn't because my kung fu is superior. It was, no, I know Buck is gonna come from the left.
Right.
So when I've got tebello monomo, I need to be aware of Buck coming from the left. And that's how he wins. He doesn't win just because my kung fu is superior.
No, he should have learned from the right masters. He should have come in there and gone like Great Sun style.
Backflip and then kick them into the air and then they fall down.
Yes, and then killed my master.
Oh, guys,
and then while the guy's like, "What are you doing here?" He goes,
Chitsafu, evil clan, evil clan,
what is
evil clan.
That's
evil clan, whatever I say, use a kung fu.
So I think this was a masterful storytelling, and in like 9 minutes.
Yep.
This was masterful storytelling.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying they kept it simple. They kept the dialogue simple, and they were just consistent with the theme. I think that's the thing you kind of have to be careful with, especially with shorts.
But I also like the lesson they teach, because the lesson I took from this movie is like, quest for vengeance can also take away years from your own life.
That as well.
Yeah, because now you're an old man sitting at a tea shop and you've killed everybody you needed to kill. And the question is, was it worth it?
And then what?
Then what?
And also, I like the little detail that she figured out it was the same guy just from the way he used his chopsticks.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "You tell me."
You tell me. Because
that was kind of poignant.
Ow!
Yeah, man.
Yo, let's
go. The English. We are being over Englished.
Hey, yo.
At this rate, you're gonna transform. You're gonna lose your Maryland.
He's gonna have a wig and a British.
If I say one more English word, I'm gonna be starring in Bridgerton.
Straight up.
You know. And then I burn for you.
But I do love thee.
You do know Bridgerton.
No, I know
you
that.
Just explode yourself.
I watched the Saturday Night clip when he said that, and all the ladies, including me, all the ovaries exploded. You just see like, that guy is hot. No, don't get me wrong. That guy is gorgeous. My God.
Okay, so and when he does it, it's fine.
When he said like what? When he does what? When he says I burn for you.
No. When you do it, it's fine. When I do it, it's a problem.
When I'm being honest about, I didn't go into explicit details, did I? Did I go into graphic details?
You mentioned ovaries.
Yes, the ovaries.
An explosion of them as well.
Yes, my non-existent ovaries has been exploding for years. I've been sending you videos of whenever that happened. Don't act all surprised now. Like Henry Cavill looks my direction. What do you think my ovaries are going to do?
Please forgive us. The twins are having a little spat. It's just a twin spat.
Just nothing
major.
Thing.
It's just a twin thing.
Twin, where have you been?
Twin, where have you been? Up in Harry Capling. Up in Harry Capling. That's where I've been.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Okay, yeah, let's wrap this thing up before any more obscenities happen.
Good God. 2 hours on 2 episodes. 2 hours on 2 episodes, and the episodes are not even 30 minutes combined. Hey, we are legends, guys.
If there's one thing you need to learn about us, we will break things down.
Okay, just let me do my final thing because I thoroughly enjoyed the simplicity. Because back in film school, I tried to do a 2-minute thing, a 2-minute movie, and that thing is so hard because you need to put context so that people understand why you are doing what you're doing.
Right.
And then you need to put also a purpose so that people can see what you are doing. And even if they don't you're not going to be emotionally attached to anything because it's just way too short. But so much information has to be packed in. And I thoroughly enjoyed this one in that they used one, flashbacks were well used. 2, they established that the old lady and the main character, so that when she asks him about was it worth it, it makes sense because he had been coming there for a while because he was trying to find this guy. So they developed a rapport. 3, he wasn't just my kung fu is awesome, everyone. He was getting killed, but he learned from his mistakes. And
like Tony Stark.
Tony Stark learned from his mistakes.
Well, the thing is, if you ever see a suit, whatever whooped his ass before, he kind of makes sure that doesn't happen again. Like if you look at Infinity War.
No. He learns technologically wise from his.
Yeah. Not the other stuff.
Yeah. 4. Yes, you guys distracted me now. I lost my point.
Sorry.
He achieved his goal at a cost, but and then it shows that a lot of people want to be rich, but they want to be rich overnight, or they want something, but they want it overnight. And this one was he had a goal, he achieved it, but it cost him something, and you see the cost of that. There was a visual representation of the cost. So I enjoyed that. A lot of the movies we watch, like John Wick, he kills people, he gets his revenge, and all he's got is maybe a limp. But he was shot 7 times and he had his arm broken 3 times. But he's limping,
And it doesn't reflect. There's no consequences.
Yeah, there's no not even reflection on him, just reflection for us. this was a reflection for us. Like, was this thing that you wanted, was it worth it? And all this was achieved in a space of like 9 minutes.
I think it also goes back to what Tebello was saying about Kill Bill, because if you remember in Kill Bill, even though the bride wanted revenge, Vivica A. Fox's daughter in the film witnessed her murdering her mother.
Yes.
You see, so it becomes a whole cycle now, because what's going to happen to the children of the people that this guy killed at the club? They might want revenge or whatever. So,
and also, she even acknowledged in Kill Bill, like, look,
if
you don't understand this age, but I understand that why you would want to come for me.
Yeah.
So if you come for me, I'll be waiting for you. I'm not gonna hold it against
you. It's kind of like Afro Samurai, when Afro Samurai kills that Gino dude in the movie, and the kid sees his father figure technically die, and then basically he has to go chase Afro afterwards. So
yeah,
and he almost dies in the desert. He saves his ass, and then like, when you're ready.
Afro Samurai. I need to watch that again. I haven't watched that since Varsity, bro.
Afro. But anyway,
I haven't watched Afro since like Varsity.
Hey, bro, same.
Yeah, but I mean, like, cycle of vengeance and stuff. But I just like how they managed to incorporate the game element into the story. I think that was also just very clever, because they could have just had him Wing Chun everybody to death, and they were like, no, we gotta show the game mechanic of him getting older and weave that into the story.
And I also like to think that the reason they cut out the fight was like, it's a big ad. It's like, you want to see the final fight? Go get the damn game.
Oh, now that I know it's a game, it makes even more sense. I just like it from a story telling point of view. You don't need to see everything, guys. Like, not everything needs to be shown.
100%.
You need to also just use your mind and infer a couple of things here and there.
I was just, when you said not everything needs to be seen, I was like saying, looking at you, Game of Thrones, with all those boobs.
No. Let's not go crazy now.
Okay. Kai. Take us out, Tebello. Let's go. Come on.
That's hilarious.
Extrodin needs to. He's fine.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, already we starting on a huge tangent that is going to lead to...
okay.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, you guys have basically said everything that needs to be said. I think I also said it.
Huge.
Yeah, look, so for me, as I've mentioned before, I love the character designs, I love the action. Seeing different things from the main character's perspective without saying much was also great. It's kind of like the same thing that they use for Samurai Jack, for instance. When he dies, us seeing him in the, I guess you could say, that different realm, the other life, where he meets his older self and stuff. That's stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily see in a short, but it works. You know, you didn't even have to know much about the villain. The fact that this guy killed his parents, but when you look at this guy is menacing. That was also dope.
And he looks up in bandages and shit. That just makes it look.
Hey, bro, he looks like a character from King of Fighters. And then, the fact that this guy is a martial arts expert, but this is exactly what most main characters would go through if they were to fight a lot of people at the same time. Nobody is that efficient. You would die a few times before you get to your destination. And chances are he probably died one more time while fighting the villain, because I think he went in there with 2 coins and then came back with 1. I could be mistaken.
No, he has 2 coins. Look, if you can body 10 people, a one-on-one fight is nothing.
But at the same time, I also wanted to...
I'll double check, but I think he's when he went to the final boss, he had 2 coins. And then when he went to the lady, he had 2 coins. But
and it's one of my lifelong pet peeves, other issues where guys think like, oh no, the main boss is so strong. He fought him with the hero. The hero by that time has beaten half the entire village, killed everyone else. You are nothing compared to the. If you met the hero on a fresh day 1v1 without any of these things, you'd have killed you in one hit. That's why
also if we go back to the story of how Bane broke the Batman's back. Batman was tired. It was like after him, like having
it's evident by every time. I'm saying it's evident by every time they fight afterwards. Like Bruce will wax Bane 90% of the time they fight.
Yeah.
The other stories like in Kenshin, I've mentioned it before. Were it not for the fact that Kenshin reversed that blade, half of the cast would have been dead by now.
They would have been dead, yeah.
I mean, Saito would have had his head chopped off cleanly with that one maneuver. When when he blocked that sword and he did that was the decapitation blow. The sword was in reverse. That's how he survived. I was like, I don't know. He should have snapped his neck, but you know what? Saito's tough that way, I guess.
Speaking of Kenshin, we need to speak about the masters who train these deadly people. Because Kenshin couldn't even beat his master. And to inherit the full Yiten Mitsurugi style, you need to kill your master.
Yes.
And
he did manage to beat him at the end when they have the clash.
Yes.
But it took forever.
It took an entire night of fighting.
And Kenshin did become the master of the Hitsen Mitsurugi style eventually. But what it took.
Did you guys watch Samurai X?
The one
I vaguely remember it. I know I watched it, but
where they show how he met the master.
No, I have not seen that.
As a kid.
I just saw the show.
As a kid, yes.
Because they do show
burying bodies, if I remember correctly.
No, actually, the bandits were basically killing everybody there.
Yes.
And everybody was trying to protect this kid. And this kid, little boy, thinking he's the only boy left, he needs to go and protect these ladies. And the ladies are saying, no, you're a child.
Yeah.
Live on. Do whatever you can to survive and make your own decision with your own life. You're still a child. And before he gets murdered, Saito to the Hiko, Seijiro arrives and like, well, who are you? I don't feel like giving my name to dead people.
Kills them, bro. Yeah, that was brutal.
That master was insane, bro.
Yeah.
And then
I honestly think in a proper fight, Kenshin still loses to his master, bro.
I agree. I feel like if we were to review that thing, that's gonna take us 6 months, but I don't know how you're gonna do it.
But anywho, then I guess that's it, right?
Yeah,
for today.
Yeah, it's for today. I just wanted to guys, let's rank each episode out of 10. Episode 1, what's your score out of 10?
Episode 1, I'm gonna give it a 7. I just think it was kind of too short. I think there's lots of lore going on that I didn't understand.
And would you want them to continue with the story, like in a movie? You mentioned you wanted to become a movie or something.
It should become a movie, maybe, because then we can take it from beginning to end. They can build up that brother-sister relationship that they had between the paladin and the cleric, because that's what was going on there. I want more Jamaican ninja elf.
Monk. Okay.
Monk.
Not
elf,
like
monk.
that guy.
No, I'm telling you, dog, Jamaican ninja dwarf or whatever it was. There was a point where he looked like he was in Naruto, and I was like, that was like everybody's getting ready with their weapons. This guy.
I haven't played Storm. I watched a YouTube of Storm. It literally looked like there was some points where it looked like a TV game, like boom, 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 like a combo, it looked like a combo hit.
Combo breaker. It looked like he was going to do the 1,000 years of death. Imagine a random orc all of a sudden, and this guy is
You're looking at this whole this huge ass dragon, and that's your pose.
Yes.
He's like,
he goes to the
it's like he goes to the dragon straight from the teachings of Kakashi Sensei. Kakashi who? 1,000 years of death.
What?
Only to find out the dragon knows who Kakashi is. No, not the Kakashi. No, not 1,000.
Everybody knows who Kakashi is. God damn it.
That's Mr. Worldwide, bro. That's Mr. Worldwide. Everybody knows him, bro.
That was the first episode. What's the second episode score?
Oh.
BuckMeister.
Still on you,
still on me. Still on me. Okay. The next one I'm gonna give it 8. I'm gonna give it 8 because I think I just wanted to see the final fight. That's my biggest criticism.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it 8.
Zuko?
I'm gonna give episode 1 a 7.5. I think the reason I'm giving it a 7.5 is because when I put it in Lord of the Rings terms, I understood it easier. Okay. So that's why it didn't confuse me as much and didn't throw me off as much. So it made more sense to me because my mind worked that way. So that's why I'll give it a 7.5. And then episode 2, I'll give that a solid 9.5. That episode was near perfect. I think. Why won't it be perfect? I can't actually think of why it's not perfect. I'll give it a 10. I can't think why it's not perfect. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't think of why it's not. I can't give it a criticism to say I'm not going to give it a 10 because of this.
All right.
That's why it's a 10. Because it did everything I needed to do. It told me the story. It told me the reasoning. It told me the purpose. It told me how the powers worked.
Set up.
It set up.
Where is he?
And then it had a dope ending of reflection.
All right. Mr. Extrodin, what's your score?
First one 6.5 for me. As I've said, I struggled to watch that thing, especially when they meet the dragon. That part, that's where it really becomes a problem. Until the dragon starts coughing, I'm like, hey, wait, what?
COVID.
COVID dragon.
I mean, it's great and all, but I don't know. It just didn't hit the landing for me for the first episode. The second episode for me, I'd given a 9.5. The reason I'm giving it a 9.5 instead of 10 is the big bad. We don't see him fighting at all. So that's the only thing. I know there was not enough time, but still, at least let's see them.
There was enough time.
Let's see them duking it out a bit and then let them fly and then get cut to black or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So be something.
I think there was enough time. It was 9 minutes long. There was enough time because the other episode was 15 minutes. So I'm taking that as the standard of how long they have for their stories.
But I guess someone mentioned this. I don't know if it was you. People would be less interested in the game if they saw everything. So it makes sense. You know?
I think that was Buck. Because I don't know the game.
Yeah. So it makes sense that they would do it that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, because there's several levels and there's like several bosses. So that's kind of how I know the game. But I mean, anyway, it's not a big detriment. I'll take back my score. I'll give it like a 9. It's not a big detriment. It's just something I wanted to see.
For me, the first one, I'm the only one I think who liked the first episode more than the second one because I know the lore and I fucks with dragons. I fucks with dragons. I am the Great Gold Dragon. So I'd give episode 1, but that being said, the ending kind of fluffed a bit. It does leave you wanting more, and the fact that you don't get more makes it a little more frustrating. So, me being the completionist that I am, look up Evil Cult. I want a conclusion, so that's what takes away points. So that's why I'll give it a solid 7.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for that because like I complete the end right up into the horizon. You end up with a story like, you know what do I do with my life now that this thing is gone? You get to live it. The end. Beautiful, uplifting, something. Not Tiamat is here. Let's now fight to the death. And how did the battle go? Find out in the next episode of Never gonna happen.
Oh my god, just imagine Goku has just gone Super Saiyan. Will he be able to defeat Frieza? Find out. Never?
Find out in February.
You know, so that's why
the stress.
That's why it gets a 7 from me. Then this one I really enjoyed. I think for me I'd give them both 7s actually because I really enjoyed the second one. The action sequences kept my attention. Yeah.
Caesar 7.
So now you're doing it.
That you wanted more from 7, and then you give the one that you enjoyed also a 7.
Yes, because the ending from the first one took away a lot of points. Because you know me, I want a complete story.
And the second one?
And if you don't give me the one, I'm going to take away. I'm going to take away things. The second one, the fight sequence, I wanted something to. The thing that took away points was I wanted more of the fight with the big bad guy. I understand you're selling the lore of the game, but give me something. Give me,
work with me.
Yeah, I mean, at least give me the shimmy slide Chen Sen Fung. He was beginning to look like Chen Sen Fung in the end.
Oh my God!
I just need to scratch my neck.
That pipe does not give you the right to bully.
Yes.
I mean, something like. Next time they stab him, it doesn't do anything. He's just, you must flow with the actions.
Tai Chi. Rose. After he's teaching his younger self, I'll teach you the ultimate kung fu, Tai Chi.
The director was like, no, screw this. We're going to do it like this. I don't care. I know this is the conclusion. This is the end. These are the big bads. But Sammo Hung, do your thing. Jet Li, just watch.
Hey,
all of a sudden, Kamehameha start coming out of his fist.
Like I said,
we need to review a Sammo Hung movie. I don't know which one.
There's a lot, there's a lot.
But
Meals on Wheels, he was pretty fire.
I'm doing that with Rob, but we can do it here as well. It's fine. Because Wheels on Meals also has UNBL, so.
Damn. Okay.
And one of the funniest fights to one of the funniest conclusions to a fight I've ever seen in Wheels on Wheels.
You know what we should do rather? Maybe I'll call you guys for Wheels on Meals, but let's do Dragon Tiger Gate on this one.
Okay.
Okay. I will. Yeah. But I guess
with that being said, I can't give it more points than the first one because I liked the first one more. Like I said, that's the only reason I'm giving them a tie.
I see how it evens out.
Anyway, with that, I think we should wrap things up. Who else? Yeah, everyone's gave their scores, right? Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gave their scores.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for lasting up until this point. I do hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow these guys on their various social medias. The end credits are coming up. You can see where they what needs to be seen. Recast T'Challa, fix Marvel. Everybody start forming a spirit bomb for Marvel, for the Marvel universe, because it clearly needs it. Barring that, send us the energy so we can start creating a better universe that people will start enjoying more. So one of the two.
I just want to say something quickly.
Yeah?
I'm waiting for the line, dog. I'm waiting for the line, David.
Just before he gets there, shout out to the Wayne's family for getting
NAACP.
Yeah. Award. I think it's like a lifetime achievement.
Yeah, lifetime achievement.
Yeah. So everybody, including Damon Wayans Jr., got something. Kim, Damon, Keenan, Sean, Marlon.
And honestly, they deserve it.
And Damon Jr. Yeah, all of them.
That's like if there's a black royalty in film, it's the Wayans.
It's the Wayans.
Yeah. So they're working on a scary movie. They're also working on White Chicks 2. They're busy.
And also, shout out to that one irrelevant rapper trying to make fun of Marlon Wayans' son for being a trans.
Plum.
Soulja Boy?
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
2007.
Like, so irrelevant. So he doesn't even. I don't even need to call him by name. So irrelevant. Like,
Soulja Boy looks older than me. Soulja Boy is younger than me. Soulja Boy looks older than. Soulja Boy looks like he's in his 50s.
That's what happens when you go up against the Black Dynasty. They will suck the black. They'll suck the black don't crack after you. You look more. You look more dried up. Like. More dried up than a raisin by the end of that.
That's what happens when you blow kisses through the phone, guys. But anyway, let's.
Yes. For an example, look at Pharrell Williams. What happens? All life matters.
Okay. Take us out, sir. Take us out.
Anyway, that being said, I want to become more viral than happy, so the only way it spreads is through mouth to mouth. So please talk about us.
So you should let it burn.
Cartoon.
Sorry, I haven't done that in a while.
Isn't it ironic that the Fire Lord himself is saying that this thing should burn?
You know?
Dog, that's what I do. I burnish. That's what I do.
Anyway.
Kafisa.
We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Call me Big Nas. Numlilo.
We're Big Nas.
Yo.